Ella, we need to talk about the lunchbox you made me today for work. What the heck was that thing?
What do you mean? Was something wrong with it?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. It seemed like a random mixture between the leftovers from last night's dinner and today's breakfast. Didn't we have fresh ingredients or something? It's been a while since I've seen a lunchbox this awful.
I'd prefer if you didn't talk about the food I made you like that. You know, we're not doing so well financially these days. Of course we're going to have to tighten our belts sometimes. We can't afford luxuries like fresh ingredients every day with the state of our bank account.
So you'd rather send me to work with a lunchbox fit for a homeless dude than spend a tiny bit more money on fresh ingredients? That's great, Ella. Thanks so much. Frozen food's a hell of a lot cheaper than fresh and just as tasty. Why couldn't you have used that? We're talking less than $1 per bag.
It might be cheaper than fresh, but it still adds up, Peter. I'm doing what I can to make sure you have a lunchbox every day with my own money. If they're so awful, buy the ingredients yourself.
Why should I have to be the one to buy my lunchbox ingredients?
I hate talking about money, but if you insist on having this conversation, it's because you only bring in $1,500 a month. The two of us have to get by on that, and it's not easy. Surely understand we're barely making ends meet. Do you really think we had the luxury of fresh ingredients given the situation?
I'm sure we could, if you weren't so bad with money. Some of my coworkers are married and in similar situations to us, but their lunchboxes are way better than mine. How is it fair that I have to eat a hobo lunchbox while sat at the same table as a bunch of guys eating delicious handmade sandwiches with fresh ingredients?
How do you know their situations are anything like ours? Because they're obviously not if they can afford that. Their wives probably work part-time or they get money from their parents or something. I think it's about time I started working. It doesn't have to be full-time. Even finding part-time work would lift a huge weight off our shoulders.
Do you really want my mom on your case?
It wouldn't matter if you had my back. I understand she's opposed to the idea of me finding work, and I know how strongly she believes a woman's place is in the home. But reality is reality, and we're not going to be able to keep our heads above water for much longer at this rate.
Who's going to take her out shopping and to her doctor's appointments if you're out working all the time? She lives on her own. If you got a job, she wouldn't even be able to rely on you to do that anymore.
I can still take her places while working a part-time job, Peter.
Sure, in theory, but you know what my mom's like. She always messages out of the blue and asks you to come get her at the drop of a hat. It's better for everyone if you're able to move on short notice.
Better for everyone or better for your mom? I know she can be sudden, but it's hardly ever an emergency, is it? What's the harm in having her wait a little sometimes? Don't you think asking your mom wait from time to time is a small price to pay for me having the ability to start working and bring in more money? Think about it. We could finally take the pressure off our severely overstretched finances.
You make it sound so simple, but it's never gonna happen. My mom doesn't listen to a word I say. Besides, think about it. If you start working part-time, the messages are gonna start coming my way instead. She thinks a wife's place is barefoot in the kitchen, and nothing we can say or do is gonna change that.
Fine, I give up. If I'm not allowed to get a part-time job, won't you at least start making more of an effort to reduce your spending? You buy things on your credit card all the time. We can't go on like this. We've been in the red for the last 6 months due to exorbitant repayments, and they're getting bigger still.
What's the problem? We're still getting by, ain't we?
That's only because I'm eating into the money I saved up when I was single at a rate of knots.
Great. So it's just like I thought. There's no problem. If we have savings to fall back on, we're good.
Good grief, Peter. Are you being serious right now? That's my money you're spending on frivolous crap.
Good God, Ella. It's always my with you. We're married, damn it. We said goodbye to selfish concepts like me and mine, you and yours, the day we tied the knot. There's only us and ours, and the money in that savings account belongs to both of us.
No, it really doesn't. Not only that, but that money was supposed to be there for me to fall back on in case of emergencies.
You mean like the emergency we're in right now? Great. That means it's serving its purpose.
No, I mean in case of things like illness and accident. The only emergency here is you, and having unrestricted access to my savings is only going to make things worse. If the idea of me working is so unconscionable, then fine, I'll accept it. But if I can't, then you at least have to keep your spending under control. Money doesn't grow on trees, and we're rapidly running out.
I did get my spending under control. How many times do I gotta tell you? Jeez, woman. I only smoke 1 pack of cigs a day now.
Yeah, and I wonder how much that's costing us per month. Have you never considered stopping altogether?
Good one, babe. You and me both know I'd never be able to quit smoking. You just lack ingenuity, that's all. That's why you need to use your head a little more when it comes to cooking our meals and making my lunchboxes. Is that really so much to ask? I'm the one dragging myself out to the office every day, working like a dog to put food on our table. Would it really hurt you so much to show a little gratitude every now and then? You make me wonder why I even bother when you get on my case like this with your incessant nagging.
Peter, is this a freaking joke? You spent $1,000 on the credit card this month.
My bad. I needed a few things.
You are aware you only make $1,500 a month, right? Or did you forget that minor detail? We only have $500 to get by on this month now.
Chill out, babe. We'll be fine. You've always been good at making a little go a long way. Besides, managing the household budget is your job.
We'll have nothing left once the rent is paid. Sure, I can make a little go a long way, but I can't do anything with nothing. What are you supposed to do now?
Beats me. Use your savings?
Ugh, stop this already. You have no right to use my savings as you see fit. Besides, I hardly have any left now thanks to you. How many times do I have to tell you we're barely staying afloat here? Why are you so hell-bent on living so far beyond our means? What will it take for you to realize? Do the lights have to go off? Does the landlord have to kick us out? Tell me, Peter.
Ugh, jeez. Would you button it already? There's no harm in splashing out every now and then. I'm the breadwinner here.
Only because I'm banned from working. I told you countless times I'm willing to get a part-time job to supplement the finances. I hate living like this, Peter. We're living from paycheck to paycheck and in mountains of debt. I'm sick of worrying that we're not going to be able to eat. I'm sick of worrying that the lights are going to go off. I'm sick of constantly dreading a phone call from the landlord saying the rent hasn't been paid. Your mom might send you a little spending money every month, but I have nothing. Between her allowance and my savings, I don't think you've bought a single thing with your own money since we got married. We promised to work together and do things as a team on our wedding day, but I feel like that all went out the window the moment we walked out of the church.
It's cool, babe. I'm getting a raise next year. I've got an idea. How about you try not being so grouchy all the time? Take a chill pill and turn that frown upside down.
Do not patronize me, Peter. And really, next year? Next year? What good is next year when we can barely afford to make ends meet now? Please stop this. You need to start taking care of the credit card repayments by yourself from now on.
What? Don't talk silly. You know I can't do that.
So why do you keep using it? No way. Surely it's not because you think you can keep relying on my savings.
Of course not, babe. There you go with that silly talk again. Listen though, could you stop messaging me like this while I'm at work? Here I am, working my butt off, trying to put bread on the table, and there you are. Probably sad, doing sweet FA on the sofa, doing nothing but giving me hassle and distracting me from my job. You really are the biggest pain in my ass.
I wouldn't be messaging you if you didn't act like this. This is all your fault.
My fault? Jeez, now I've heard it all. It's not my fault you suck at managing the finances.
You can't manage something that doesn't exist.
God damn it, Ella. It's always money, money, money with you. I'm sick of discussing this crap. This conversation is over.
No, it is not. Mark my words, we'll be discussing this again when you get home.
And you mark my words, I'll lose my rag if you try springing this crap on me when I get home from work. I'll be tired and want to put my feet up.
Why are you like this?
The only reason my lunchboxes look like they were made in the back of a garbage truck, and the only reason we have no money, is because you suck at managing the finances. I'm keeping up my end of the bargain by getting up early and showing up at the office every day. But you, no, all you do is nag, nag, nag. You get all sassy up there on your high horse when you talk about how we're supposed to be working together as a team. But the only one not doing their job is you. You're a grade A hypocrite, and I've had it with you. Don't you dare ever try to discuss money with me again.
How can I manage the finances when you spend all of our money before I even get to see it? What do you suggest we do if you're not willing to stop spending like a moron?
You will watch your tone when you speak to the man of the house. This is your last warning. How many times do I have to tell you it's your job to figure out how to make ends meet? Try using your brain for once. You see stories about people who get by on $100 a month all the time on TV. You just lack ingenuity.
You really shouldn't believe everything you see on TV. That's $100 disappears on the rent before we even get to see it.
My God, do you ever shut up? You're like a broken record. I'm sick of you. I ain't coming home today.
What? Where will you go? Your mom's house?
Shut your mouth. I didn't say you could talk. I'm done speaking to you.
Peter, I'm at the bank right now, but your salary hasn't gone in yet. Is there any reason to be late this month?
Oh, it's too late. I just took it out already.
What? Why? Are you gonna give me it later?
Nope. I'm done paying our living expenses.
Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean?
I gotta spell it out, huh? It means I'm not gonna be giving you any more money to cover our monthly living expenses. At least for the time being.
What? What the heck are you talking about, Peter? Are you drunk? How are you supposed to live without that money?
You'll figure it out somehow. Just use your savings or something.
Is this a joke? I already told you I hardly have any savings left.
Which means you still have some. You managed to keep on top of everything until now, didn't you? You just keep doing what you're doing. You have no idea how much it grinds my gears when you keep complaining and nagging at me to stop spending when it's obvious we still have money left.
I'm not going to be able to keep up what I've been doing without your salary, Peter. I'm really not joking. Are you doing this because of that fight we had?
You're pretty cocky for a parasite. Maybe this will teach you to show me more gratitude.
Wow, so I'm a parasite, am I?
Duh. You don't have a job, and you sit at home doing nothing but eating my food. What are you if not a parasite? It's the perfect word to describe you.
I do nothing? Don't be ridiculous. I do the housework. I act as your mom's personal driver. I work very hard to keep everything in order while you're at work. And I sure as hell don't sit at home doing nothing but eating your food.
Good for you, babe. Want a pat on the back? Shame none of that puts any money in the bank, huh? You're pretty arrogant for someone who doesn't earn a single cent.
How am I being arrogant?
Because you have the nerve to preach at me, despite the fact that without me, you wouldn't be able to live. Never bark orders at me again, woman. I don't want to hear another word about save money this or stop spending that. It's time you learn to know your place in this household.
Do you think I enjoy doing that? I wouldn't have to say any of it if you did something about our dire financial situation.
You seem to be having trouble understanding my position as the supreme authority in your life, as the man of this house. How are you going to make it up to me? Get down on your knees and beg for forgiveness when I get home?
I can't take this anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm sorry.
Ah, an apology. I'm glad to see we're finally making some progress. Now you're going to swear an oath never to defy me again. Here's what you're going to say. Peter's word is law. Peter is my Lord and Master. Peter is the supreme authority in this household and of my life. I will never disobey Peter again for as long as I live. I can't wait to get home. This should be good. I'll reconsider confiscating my salary if you fix your attitude and start showing me the respect I deserve. Your choice, babe. What the heck do you think you're playing at, woman? Why aren't you at home? Why isn't my dinner on the table? Did my mom call you or something?
Nope, I left.
What? Weren't you just about to apologize and swear an oath to me?
I did what I had to do.
Did you throw a tantrum and leave the house just because I stopped paying the living expenses? You're cutting your nose off to spite your face. Stop being so stubborn and come back and apologize. I'm the breadwinner in this marriage. The only one who will suffer because of this is you. Let's see how long you can keep this up. How are you going to get by without me, parasite?
I'll be fine. Your future looks bleak, though. You should start worrying about yourself.
What are you talking about? The only one who will suffer as a result of these stupid games you're playing is you.
Why would I suffer?
Because without me, you don't have any money or a place to live. How do you plan on getting by? Your parents are dead. You have nowhere to go.
You really don't have to worry about me. I already found a job and a place to live.
Huh? Say what now?
I've been job hunting for a while now. The timing couldn't have been better.
Job hunting? Damn it, Ella. Who the hell do you think you are? You know full well you're banned from working.
I know that. That's why we're getting a divorce.
A divorce? Why? Are you being serious right now?
You really think I joke about something like this? You order me to make ends meet somehow despite the fact we're in the red every month. You treat my concerns with contempt and you treat me like crap. Your already frivolous spending went even further off the deep end at the moment you found out I had some savings. As if all of that wasn't bad enough, you punished me with economic sanctions for being cocky when I had the nerve to try and raise my concerns with you. How can I be married to someone like that?
What? Don't be silly, babe. Will you come home so we can talk about this?
Sure, another time. I'll have to come over with my lawyer at some point so we can talk then.
A lawyer? Why would you hire a lawyer? I just want to talk to you.
I've known for a while now that any discussion with you can never be anything but a complete waste of my time, so everything will go through my lawyer from now on. Plus, we'll have to take care of splitting the assets. We don't have any shared assets, so it'll only be stuff like the household appliances and the car, but in any case, a lawyer will be essential.
Whoa. Slow down, babe. You're getting a little carried away here. Let's leave all that for a while, okay? I mean, I want to talk about the divorce itself.
Which part?
Well, like, you know, the future. What you said made me think, and I decided that if you're that worried about finances, then maybe it wouldn't hurt for me to make a compromise or two.
Oh, really? It's fine. I don't need your compromises, thanks. It's not just the finances, Peter. It's everything. I'm sick of life with you in general. We're long past the stage of talking things through and reaching a compromise.
Still, springing divorce on me like this all of a sudden is just horrible.
Which one of us is horrible? Surely it's you for spending thousands of dollars every month despite the fact you only make $1,500. No matter how much I try to tighten my belt and reduce our outgoings, all you did was complain. No matter how hard I tried, it was all meaningless.
Like I told you, babe, my coworkers seem to get by just fine. Surely you can understand why I wouldn't want to be thought of as the only one at the office who lives like a peasant.
Why do you think I offered to find work? But no, you wouldn't even let me get a part-time job because it would upset your mom and her stone age sensibilities. To put it bluntly, this is all your fault, Peter. You made your bed, now lie in it.
Fine. You can get a part-time job.
Like I said, too little, too late.
But what's my mom supposed to do without you? I'm busy with work. I'll never be able to take care of her like you did.
Not my problem because I'm officially resigning as your wife.
You have no idea how hard things were for me before we got married. She called me every 5 minutes. I need you to do this for me. I need you to drive me here. Get over here and clean my toilet. Come and scrub this dead skin off the bottoms of my feet. She'd even ask me to drive her places when she knew full well I was at work. And if I didn't answer the phone, she'd call my office.
You cope with it before, you can do it again. You had it easy while we were married because you palmed everything to do with your mom off on me. But the gravy train's about to reach its final stop. Wait a sec. Are you opposed to the divorce because you don't want to go back to being your mom's errand boy?
No, of course not. It's because I don't want to lose you. I've never even considered divorce. Not once.
You thought you had me trapped because my parents are dead and I didn't have anywhere else to go, didn't you? You thought you could treat me however you liked because divorce wasn't an option for me. And in truth, that is why you got away with treating me like crap for so long.
No, it wasn't like that at all.
But you're the one who said it was. Your parents are dead, you have nowhere to go.
Ella, I'm sorry.
The time for apologies has passed.
But you apologized to me earlier today. What was all that about? You said you were sorry.
You couldn't be any more tragically misunderstood if you tried. The only reason I apologize is because I'm not going to be around to look after you anymore. That's why I apologized.
Ella, is there nothing I can say to change your mind about this divorce?
No, and that's entirely your fault. Besides, what's the problem? You treated me with nothing but contempt. Surely you'll be happier without me around. You won't have to put up with my nagging or preaching anymore now, right?
But, I'm not good with household stuff like finance management.
Oh, so are you aware on some level that it's not a walk in the park then? And yet you were happy to force it all on me and attack me whenever I try to raise any issues with you. I have no interest in being married to a guy who treats me like a piece of dirt on the bottom of his shoe.
I'll be nice to you from now on, I swear. I'll cherish and respect you, babe. I'll keep my spending under control, I'll stop taking my mom's side, and I'll care for and protect you. Always.
I'd rather you did all that while we were married. I'm just grateful you showed me your true colors early on. The only reason I hesitated on the divorce at first was because of all the good memories I had of the early days. But you made it easy for me by showing me what kind of person you are deep down before long.
Ella, I'm sorry. Please, I can't get by on my own. Please come home. I'm begging you, I'll do anything.
You don't want me back because you feel bad about how you treated me. You're just worried about yourself.
No, I swear. I want you back because you're my sweetheart. I want you back because I love you.
You love me? Talk is cheap, Peter. You had plenty of opportunity to show you love me, and you did no such thing. If you really loved me, I wouldn't have felt like being married to you was like being in hell. You wouldn't try and drive me to destitution and poverty as punishment for having the nerve to defy you.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart.
How many times do I have to tell you? Too little, too late. Oh, that reminds me. This month's rent hasn't been paid yet. There's no money left on your credit card either.
What? But I only have $800 of this month's salary left.
Not my problem. You're the one who spent it. Oh yeah. What was it you always used to tell me? You're just lacking ingenuity. I'm sure you'll come up with something if you use your head. There are people who get by on $100 a month after all. You saw it on TV, remember? Good luck! Peter barraged me with messages begging me not to go through with the divorce and take him back. But my will remained unshaken, and I threatened to take him to divorce court if he didn't willingly sign the papers. I think he knew I wasn't joking because he signed the divorce papers straight away, albeit while sobbing uncontrollably. We didn't have a single cent left in savings between us to be divided up when the assets were split. But I did get the car we bought back when we got married and half of the household appliances. Seemingly incapable of living on his own and managing his own finances, my ex-husband moved in with his mom after the divorce was finalized. Predictably, his life now consists of being her personal housemaid, and between that and work, he longer gets any time to himself. According to one of his mom's neighbors who I happen to be friends with, he seems busier, more, and depressed than he's ever been in his life. To put it bluntly, his mom is a toxic parent and a vile human being who seems to think of her son as her own personal property rather than a human being. As a result, she began confiscating his salary every payday the moment he moved in with her. Now he's even more destitute than he was when me and him were at our worst. He was in a similar situation with his mom back when we met, and I felt sorry for him at the time. Back then, he actually seemed like a nice person, so I wanted to be there to help and support him. But now, as a result of his despicable, domineering attitude towards me, not an ounce of that sympathy remains. Now, for all I care, he can live out the rest of his days in abject despair, a perpetual victim of his deranged mother's torment. I found a job with a company that provides accommodation to its employees just before I divorced Peter. Now I'm living a happy, fulfilled, and admittedly very busy life. Since I live in a company dorm, I'm able to keep most of my salary, and the workplace culture is fantastic. Everyone there has been super welcoming and friendly. It's like in the space of a few weeks, I clawed myself out of the depths of the hell of married life with Peter, and made my way into a sort of paradise. We were only married for a little less than 2 years in total, but I can tell you it felt like a lifetime. I could never buy anything I wanted for myself with the actions of my selfish husband restricting me in my every move. I felt like a prisoner, and I couldn't be happier to have escaped. Since finding freedom, I buy myself whatever I want, whenever I want, and it feels great. Obviously, I can't keep this up forever, but for the time being, I think a little retail therapy with my own hard-earned money is just what I need. To tell you the truth, I'm not thinking about another relationship yet because the last one left me feeling so burned out. But if I do find a nice guy to settle down with, I'll make sure he understands the value of money. There are some mistakes you don't make twice. I know that money isn't everything, but it's an undeniable truth that good financial management can be the difference between a happy, comfortable life and a living hell. Having experienced the latter, I'm now more conscious of the importance of budget management than ever, which is why I intend to build my future on a solid foundation of sensible spending and moderation. Still though, I'm only human, so of course I'll still treat myself every now and then.